called and said, "Hey, I'm Steve. I'm from St. Vincent de Paul. I'm calling back to follow up on our visit today." And her response was, "Oh, you're one of my angels." And I said, "What's that? What'd you say?" And she goes, "Yeah, this morning when I got up, I said a prayer that I needed help and that I could get support, and I asked God for help. I made a phone call, and this afternoon you and your colleague showed up, and you were my little angels that came to help me."
My name is Matt Mazanik. I have the honor and privilege of leading our local St. Vincent de Paul conference here at St. Anthony of Padua. I've been involved with the organization now for about 15 years.
My name is Steve Capps, and I'm currently serving as the Vice President of the St. Vincent de Paul organization here at St. Anthony's.
The St. Vincent de Paul Society is one of our primary outreach ministries in being able to provide spiritual and financial support to the poor and needy within and around the Woodlands.
It's actually a global organization that serves the needs of the poor and the needy in your local community, while at the same time providing spiritual growth to its own members.
St. Vincent de Paul was a French priest who lived in the late 1500s. Although he originally taught the children of wealthy, he evolved to serving the needs of the poor and those in most need.
It's now a global organization serving 150 countries, and we just happen to be blessed with a very strong society here at St. Anthony's.
Our origins date back to our days with St. Oak Ridge. We still have several members who are, if you will, founding fathers of the presence of St. Vincent de Paul going back to our time at St. Oak Ridge. Our outreach ministry is based upon personal assistance to those calling our organization, typically in a one-time financial bind. Household circumstances in which we help is often those who might be facing an apartment eviction even though they've recently lost their job. We also support instances like what are now mothers that may have been abandoned by a spouse, and she's trying to raise 4 children and keep them within an apartment and also keep the lights on.
Generally, the help is in the form of rent or electrical utility need. What we'll do is we'll make a pledge to them, and then we'll come back, fill out some paperwork, and then our treasurer will provide the funds to the agency, either the apartment complex or the power company directly. So we don't pay them directly, but we will pay their bills for them once we have proof of a need. There are really 2 key roles for the team members in our society. The first one is to screen calls, answer the phones when our clients call in, and they do some checking to make sure that they live in the right area, they're local, and that whether we've helped them before. Once they've been vetted, they will actually take a little bit of detailed information and transfer the client to a group called home visitors.
The role of the home visitors is we always visit with 2 volunteers at a time. We go out and meet our clients in their residence or in their apartment. In many cases, it's often lending an ear to somebody that's very stressed and in a very difficult position financially, and all they're trying to do is provide for their households.
It's important that we're providing both a spiritual connection to help them as well as financial support that we can provide. Since the very beginning of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, the efforts have always been based on a home visit. We're going out 2 by 2 to visit with the poor in their environment. That's been a key focus and important element of the St. Vincent de Paul Society.
We're blessed to be part of a very, very generous parish. You might think there's not poor people in the Woodlands. Well, yes, there are. Our annual disbursements of funding are typically near $300,000 a year. During our last fiscal year, we supported between 600 and 700 households.
I think there's 8 zip codes in and about the Woodlands that we support.
A typical guidance is being able to pledge up to about $500 per individual instance. It should also be noted we are not able to provide continuous support to the same client. We're limited by our resources to be able to help someone only once every 12 months.
If a client needs rent, their rent may be $2,000 a month, and we can't provide a full month's rent to somebody. Our average gift or donation is probably around $400 to $500, but what we do in those instances is that we will actually network with other agencies in the area, St. Simon and St. Jude, the other Catholic Church, a Methodist Church, Interfaith, and we will pool our funds and provide them enough support so they can get that rent paid. So that's another element of the work we do, is networking with other agencies in the community.
Our needs at St. Vincent de Paul are consistent in 2 primary needs. One is always additional donations. The more that we have, the more that we're able to support the poor and needy in and around the Woodlands. The other is our time, becoming volunteers.
Volunteering is a great way to grow spiritually. You can either answer phones, you can go on visits. The commitment could be as low as a couple hours a month to as large as becoming an officer and spending significantly more time with the society.
Currently, we have approximately 40 volunteers. We always need more.
Every week and every month, we are having to turn down clients who call because we run out of money.
One additional comment I'd like to make about St. Vincent de Paul and stewardship of your donations is we take that responsibility very, very seriously. We carry no expense overhead in conducting our organization's activities. Thus, 100% of your donations go directly to helping clients in need.
If you want to learn more about our society and how you can help, you can go to the parish website at ap.church/SVDP. Thanks for listening today.
We always sincerely appreciate your support of our outreach ministry.
And just remember, as you're about in the Woodlands, the poor can be in plain sight, and there's always somebody or something that you can do to help them. So come join us at St. Vincent de Paul.